Good morning, YouTubers. At first, and fellow reloaders, at first you might think I cut myself and I'm bleeding profusely, but that is not the case because we are Rit dyeing this morning. And I put a little contraption together, repurposed an old can. I love saving these cans because they come in real handy. And now I have a Red Rit Dye. And this was my little dunking device. And what I did was I notched up my OCD anal retentiveness to a degree higher. So if you recall, on the Unique Parts case feeder platform, one of the options is the digital counter. And essentially, this is a form that Unique Parts makes that I would get in red. And then this is a COTS off-the-shelf device. And what I did was, and I'm not a fan of the white, and I didn't want to mess with this because I didn't know how successful I'd be, so I did some experimenting. And what I did was I went and purchased from these folks the same thing. The counter magnet digital counter, and then I took it apart, and here's the parts. In fact, this is one of the interior posts. This is what color my plastic was. So whereas this is kind of white, mine was a little bit more translucent white. I don't know if you can see the difference. The camera might not catch it because it's so light. But anyway, I decided I was debating paint or dye. And paint is messy, adds thickness, and you've got your drying time, blah, 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 blah. And then there was the issue with buttons and the clearance and everything. So I thought, all right, let me put my little device on my hot plate, which is still a little bit warm. I did not want to film this live because having the camera, liquids, heat, I was in gloves, and it would have been a little bit messy. But this is the finished product. And that's where that little post I just showed you goes. And I was really impressed with how nice the actual buttons came out. If I can pop one in with my big stubby fingers so you can see what one of the buttons looks like. You know, I thought that that came out pretty good. And I took a guesstimate because when I measured this case with my calipers, both I measured this and the case. Everything on eBay had a different set of measurements, but you know, it's the exact same, and I'm not going to push this in right now to meet that. But that's what it will look like. And once I order this in red, I think that's a nice, I just like the way that looks more than the bright white. Again, anal retentiveness. And then I went ahead and I decided, am I going to take, so I don't even know if this will work again. I didn't want to unsolder these. I was thinking that this would come out and they would release, so I was very careful in trying to dip this so that the back would then be red. And again, you can see what color this was before I started and where I'm at. In fact, these are slightly different, but this is the back of the press and nobody's going to really see that. And it looks like I've got a decent color match there. So I'm letting these dry thoroughly, especially this one, because when I put things back together, I don't know if it's actually going to work again. So we'll see. But so that'll be part two, and I'll stitch these together into one video. But I thought that that really just cleans it up, in my opinion. That if this is red and then that's red, that just makes it look like a little different touch. And nothing wrong with this, but I just like the way I'm a fan of red and going the path of dyeing, D-Y-E-I-N-G, or D-Y-I-N-G. That was pretty good. And I got to use my hot plate that I normally use for heating up my molds. So I watched some YouTube videos, and everybody puts whatever they're dyeing in giant bats of near boiling water. I think the temperature, I kept it between 180 and 210 by adjusting the controls on this thing, which is quite nice. So this electric heat plate has come in quite handy over the years. And I decided to use a small can. I was going to do soup can that was higher, and then I decided this was, after testing, it was just fine. And then cutting some mesh down, repurposing some mesh as my dunker and my stir strip, came out pretty good. So I'm quite happy with that. I will, like I said, let this dry, and then part 2 will be reassembling it and seeing if it actually works, and then getting all my gray pieces, when I put my order in, to red pieces. So more to come. Talk to you later. All right, so video segment number 2. We have it all assembled. Oh, you know what? I might have done a boo-boo. Okay. Here's the battery door. Looks like we'll be doing some more, oh my goodness, what a dumbass. I didn't even think about this. All right, well, now you know exactly what color it was. Shitsky. So I will be doing some more dyeing. But I put it all back together, dried it out for a number of hours. Not going to use those pieces. Hopefully it will work with the unique parts. But we're going to put this in for the first time. Battery from our friends overseas. And we're going to see if we get... Boy, that is a snug fit. Yeah, that is a snug fit. I wonder if I'm going to leave it at... All right, I'm going to turn it over. Uh-oh. I'm going to hit the power. Please let there be something. Oh, sweetness. Reset. Okay. So we know I didn't fry the electronics. Dumb ass. Oh my god. Maybe I'll do this one live now that I know what I'm doing. Oh, that's just too funny. God dang. But we will then pop this in here. I will not push it in all the way. Well, that's good enough. But that's what it's going to look like. And I will now attach the 2 wires to the unique parts mount, and we'll see if it actually works. So I'm going to... Okay, so power is power. All right, so as you can see, I have this mounted with my beautiful white door, which, gosh, I wish I wouldn't have thrown away all the dye so quickly. Oh, well, next time I know. And what was funny, here's the original unique parts part. Exact same battery. Exact same battery. So, these all are coming from a similar place. The functionality of this is a little bit different. So if you notice on the unique parts, it's always on. And it has a pause and a reset. So you pause it, then you reset it, and then you unpause it, and then it'll count. This one, the eBay special that I just dyed, has a power on button. And there's power off. So power on, and then this is a reset, the way I would think reset would work. So right now it's at 0 with a little OK, and I'm guessing OK meaning everything is okay. So I'll move this a few times, And then this reset is a reset. So I kind of like this in the sense that these make a little more sense than pause and reset. Reset is simple. Pause is kind of interesting. I prefer the on and off because then there's no battery drain. So when I'm done with my session, I flick it off and it's good to go. When I want to start up again, if I want to use this, I turn it on, it retains its memory, I reset it, so we're good. So other than my boo-boo on the door, this came out beautiful. Love the red. You know, I'm a red fan. And when I order all these other pieces in red, that will just, I think, pop. Blend is probably a better word. This would pop. Again, nothing wrong with this. I was just looking for something a little more red because of my OCD-ness. So that is the end of the digital counter upgrade until I finish the door, which I will get to eventually. Now that I've put everything away, oh well, that's kind of how things go. That is it for now. Take care.